Welcome, welcome, friends. Welcome, everybody, and a very special welcome to our brand new author, Lynn Ritchie. Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Miriam.
I'm
How
very
are you?
excited. I'm good. I'm very excited that you are here and we get to talk about your book and your journey into becoming a children's book author illustrator. So, first of all, Lynn, you have the book in front of you. Can you hold
I
it up
do.
and tell everybody the title?
Little Bear's Gift of Time.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. What inspired you to write this book?
Well, I taught kindergarten for so many years and taught hundreds of kids to read their very first book. I also taught um art class and just seeing the kids experiment with the paints. It just was exciting to see what they came up with. So I decided to combine these two passions and write a children's book and illustrate it.
And you did such a wonderful job. I I love all the, of course, I love the story of the book, and we're going to talk about that, but I love the illustrations, the softness of each one. I just think I had to go back and look again. Did she really illustrate all of this? You are so talented, Lynn.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. As far as the illustrations go, I wanted to put a lot of detail in that kind of backed up what the storyline was. So that
Yes.
I spent a lot of time making sure that each page progressed to the next and carried a detail from page to page.
I am so impressed. Truly, I'm so impressed. Friends watching, you're going to have to get a copy of this book and take a look at all the details. That caterpillar throughout the book, I was looking at the details. So, before we get too ahead of ourselves, tell us, what is the book about and who it's for?
It's for children 4 to 8. And the book is about a little bear. He's born with precise timing and with the handiwork of God. And um, it talks about, his he's embarking on this journey to discover his master plan.
Hmm.
And before he leaves, his mama tells him about the generations that came before him. So he learns the connection between the past and the present and the future, what the future might hold.
Hmm. Lynn, I love the way that you wrote this book, and you have said the book is for children 4 to 8, but I couldn't help think today as I was reading the story, and I'm getting ready for my son's graduation, high school graduation tomorrow, that I want to tell him about the book because, yes, it's for children, but the message there is that there's so much more to come and that he's been put on this earth for a
Right,
reason and a purpose. I don't know. I got choked up thinking about him and he's almost 18. And then my mind quickly went to, this is a beautiful gift to give, a beautiful book to give as a baby shower gift or when a baby is born. It's just, it's got that feel to
right.
it. Like it's a child's life and this is where it's beginning and where will it go, and they're so planned and put here for a purpose. Anyway, so I just wanted to say that so that you, whoever's watching, is thinking this is for 4 to 8. No, grab a copy of the book for those baby shower gifts and write a beautiful note in the book. It's the type of book that stays with a child forever, that stays with them for life. So I love that.
Thank
um
you.
yes, yes. So tell us a little bit about what you hope that parents and kids will take away from this book.
I hope that they will realize how precious time is, and it's a
Hmm.
limited resource um, that you need to spend wisely and purposefully. Um, and I want them to find the gift of time, their gift of time.
Hmm. Hmm. That's so great. And I love that you put that into a book. So these are great conversations to have with our children, grandchildren, when we're sitting down
Right.
reading to them. So
My
Lynn,
hope was to,
mhm,
for the younger children to enjoy the rhyming and rhythm of the verses and the illustrations and maybe spark some conversation between the older kids and their parents.
mhm. Yes, so
Um,
good.
that I wrestled with whether to actually put the Bible verses on some of the pages. Um, but I think that will help lead into these conversations. And so many of them backed up the verses in the book,
Hmm.
in the
Well,
meaning of what I was trying to get across.
yes. Well, I actually really like that about your book, that every couple of pages there's a nice Bible verse. And like you said, it goes with exactly what the story is going through. So I appreciate that you did that. And like you said, it's a conversation starter, something, a
Right,
conversation to have with the children that we're sharing that book with.
right.
Um, so let's talk a little bit about your journey into becoming a children's book author. So you shared that you were a kindergarten teacher. I'm sure you had so many inspirational moments or so many ideas from your teaching years. When did the dream of becoming an author start for you?
It's always been in, I knew it would happen one day. It was on the
Hmm.
back burner for a long time. It was about 7 years ago that I really got serious about the pictures and deciding that yes, I would do the pictures, illustrations for the story. But I had all these good ideas, but weaving them all together into a story, um, you know, you don't have to have it all figured out at the
Hmm.
beginning
Right.
to end up with a story. I mean, you just have to start.
Mm, that's a great insight and a great message for our authors, aspiring authors who are watching us. So what
Right.
would you say for you, what was the biggest challenge when writing this book?
I think honing in on the main message that I wanted. I had, you know, ideas of friendship or adventure, fear. All of that is touched in the book, things that make you afraid to try new things, um, but that was my main thing was honing in on the main message. And I finally landed on the gift of time.
Yes, yes. That's so good. I know that you have four children and seven grandchildren. Um, have they seen the book? What do your grandchildren think about the book?
I have not shown it to the grandkids. They've seen pictures and,
Yes.
the behind the scenes work,
Hmm.
but they have not seen the completed book. I just got it the other day. So,
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
well, it'll be exciting when they actually see it and to know that their grandmother, that their mom wrote this and dedicated for them. What would you say was the biggest lesson that you learned throughout the publishing process?
That you can't do it alone. You need a team, and it's okay to ask for help.
Hmm.
Um, your team was awesome. Karen Berglund was my author coach.
Great.
And, I worked with Sharon Jennings, of course, as the editor, and Julia and Allison and Tammy helped me with the book design and all that. Um, it just all came together.
Yes, it did.
I wouldn't think I would say it was easy, but they made it as easy as it could be. They
Hmm.
were
Yes.
wonderful.
Well, that's great to share that we all need that team to help us and support us in
Yes.
going with a project like this. Now here you are, a published author. What is the best part of accomplishing this dream or this goal for you?
crossing the finish line. I have a book.
Yes. Yes, you do. Show it one more time. I love that. Crossing the finish line, you've got the book. And I'm going to pause here for a minute and let our friends know, our viewers know that the book is available today on Amazon, starting today, I should say. So make sure to go there and grab a copy of this book. You heard me say earlier, it's great for baby showers, for birthdays. I mean, any time that you want to sit down and have those really meaningful conversations with your children and about their time here on earth. The book is filled with biblical quotes, which makes it even extra special. So, friends, it's available as softcover, hardcover, and ebook format. So, Lynn, here you are now, a published author. You have crossed the finish line, and I have this visual of you crossing the finish line. What piece of advice do you have for an aspiring author who may be watching this interview?
Well, I think I touched on it earlier. You don't have to have everything figured out. Some of it was almost like didn't come from me, but to
Mm-hmm.
me,
Mm-hmm.
as far as the plot of the story and how it progressed. So you don't have to have it all figured out at the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good advice. That's good advice. I think sometimes we can stop ourselves from ever starting thinking that we need to have it all
Right,
figured out. That's great
right.
advice. So, of course, we want our friends to go to Amazon and grab a copy of the book. But besides that, where else can our viewers find you?
I've got a website, lynnritchiebooks.com, and you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, Lynn Ritchie Books.
Okay, excellent. I have one more question for you, and this is for our aspiring children's book author slash illustrators who may be watching. What was that experience like for you to illustrate your own book? Talk to us a little bit about that. Would you make that suggestion for somebody who is thinking of doing both?
I would. Um, I think you can almost capture more of the meaning if you have
Mm,
control over the illustrations. And I know
hmm.
there's so many good illustrators out there that do that.
Yeah.
But for me, I think I clarified the story a little bit more, with the illustrations that I did. Um,
Hmm.
and I would, so you don't have to go in sequence either. I don't know if other illustrators illustrate the pages out of sequence, but I would get stumped on some of the illustrations and just have to skip that whole page and go to the next one and then kind of back into the ones that were, I was having trouble with. And that's okay. I found out it was okay. I thought, well, I'll just have to stop, you know,
Hmm.
and I would sit on it a couple of days and finally just go to the next page
Mm,
because I had already divided the text up into the page breaks.
hmm.
So,
Well, yeah. That's great. That's great
yeah,
advice. It doesn't have to be in order for illustrations. Well, you did
right.
such a wonderful job that I asked you right before the interview, what has been your experience with illustrations? Because it just looks it's breathtaking. The illustrations are just so beautiful on every single page. What is your background with illustrations?
Just teaching and working with children and seeing what they like.
Hmm.
Um, I know there's a new generation of kids coming up that really need a book to hold in their hand,
Yes,
as opposed to computers and
the iPad. Exactly.
iPads. Yes, but
Exactly.
you know, I other than just teaching art and reading, those that's my background. I mean, I did know I was pretty good on the computer and trying to kind of map out my ideas. But then
Hmm.
it all came together, and it was fun. It was fun.
Well, I'm so glad to hear that, Lynn. So, I mean, it's been so great to interview you, to get to know a little bit more about your journey becoming an author illustrator. I'm so proud of you. Absolutely love your book. Before we go, Lynn, is there anything else you'd like to share or anything that you wish I would have asked you?
Just another quick thank you to you and your team.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. It's our pleasure. We absolutely love putting out quality children's books. I truly believe that we can change the world with these types of books. So thank you for taking the chance on us and
Thank
taking the
you.
chance on yourself to illustrate and author this book. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, friends, you know what to do. Make sure to go to Amazon and grab a copy of this wonderful book. And Lynn, I'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.